Welcome back, everybody. Bingothon Summer 2022 with our next game, Animal Crossing City Folk Fish Bingo by yours truly, DrewPag. DrewPag, take it away.
For playing with no nunchuck. So instead of using a control stick to move around, I'll have to use the Wii pointer. Oh. Hear me now? Hello? Did you hear any of that?
I can hear you still. I don't know.
Okay. Just monitoring the chat. But anyway, yes, this is Fish Bingo. Here's my map. Bing. Thank you. Welcome back. Bing City, me. Donation incentive for no nunchuck, so I can't use a control stick. I have to move around like this. And yeah, my board is fish. So I guess I'll just get right into it. If we're ready for the countdown. In 3, 2, 1, go. Taking a look at the board. This board, I should mention, is made by Esme, a Japanese runner who mostly does Wild World for the DS. But he made this bingo board for City Folk. And it's sort of balanced in the sense that every row and every column has one rare fish and one semi-rare fish, I guess. So it's pretty even. There's usually not one row or column that's easier than the others. So for example, in this one, row by row, Hammerhead Shark is rare in the first row. And I guess Sunfish is kind of rare. Gar is rare in the second row. The Lobster's semi-rare in that row. And the Airpalm is rare, Shark is rare, and Ray is rare. So for this, I kind of just have to go around, see what I can see. I mean, the rare fish I see sort of indicates what I do, what I go for. This is more sort of reactive. There's not much, because there's only so much you can do, right, to influence which fish show up. So I guess if you've never played Animal Crossing, it's a sort of like a simulation game. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Decorate your house, interact with your villagers who are all animals. Nice boot, you can catch trash. But there's also bugs and fish. So there's 64 bugs and 64 fish. And so this bingo board has 25 for those fish. And a key part of this game is the sort of real-time aspect, where depending on the time in your system clock on the Wii, different weather, different environment will be there, and then different fish will show up. And so I'm here at September, 5 p.m., because there's a lot of overlap at this time. I think I looked it up, and it's like out of the 64 fish, 41 can show up right now, which is quite a bit, over almost 66%, almost 2/3. But anyway, I caught my first fish there, the cherry salmon. Trying to see in the river here, I could get carp, crucian carp. I guess I could get crucian carp. I guess I could get rainbow trout, black bass. Turn up the bass. That's right. I don't need that though. I already have the cherry salmon. Another thing I should mention is the fish sizes, right? Because the only information you have when you catch the fish is what size it is. And there are 6 different shadow sizes, 1 through 6. Where one is the smallest, 1 is a tiny. 2 is the next up, which is a small. 3 is a medium. 4 is a large, which is this one. 5 is an extra large, which is bigger than this. That's like a Dorado or sea bass. And then 6 is the huge shadows, which would be blue marlin, coelacanth ray, stuff like that. Is this rainbow trout? Where's my pot of gold? I don't know. So in that
I
sense,
don't know where your pot of gold is, but we just got a very generous donation, $50 from Anonymous, with no comment, not concluded to any bid war. Thank you still, Anonymous, for $50 more. And that pushed us over $1,400 on just after just 26 hours, which is great. Keep it going, gamers.
wow.
And keep in mind, you can do donation goals. The Animal Crossing bid wars have been closed, but there are more bid wars coming. You can unlock for the very next run the permanent Rainbow Dash and Rainbow Ori for Ori and the Blind Forest. You still have to choose the file name for the Skyward Sword randomizer. And if you want to make my life a bit difficult later today, the Illusion of Gaia randomizer also has Boss Shuffle. Their $5 are missing for that goal. If you guys want to see me suffer, maybe that's something you want to invest. Back to you.
Great, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the donations and everything. Still going along here. Looking at the board, I mean, it is sort of balanced as I mentioned, but I guess some rares are sort of more common than others. So I'm thinking that the ray in the bottom row shouldn't be too rare. We're gonna have to see. And so like this one is a salmon, almost certainly, like we mentioned. But like I was saying before with the shadow sizes, that's one way you can sort of cut down by process of elimination, like what something can be and whether it's worth catching it, basically. So like this one at the river mouth at this size 4, it's almost certainly a salmon. It's either a salmon or an olive flounder or a tire. So let's hope it's not a tire, but I don't think olive flounder's on this board either. And there you go. So like the normal category for fishing is the goldenrod, where you catch every single fish as fast as you can. And so that becomes pretty important, knowing, you know, the sizes of every fish, when it shows up in the time of day, so you can sort of cut down on what you basically waste time like throwing your bobber in for. It's like that's I don't need any small ocean fish on my board, so I'm just gonna scare it. And that's sea bass on my board? No. Everyone's favorite. I don't need that. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap in September. I don't have anything rare yet, so I'm kind of just seeing what there is to see. I'm trying to keep up with the board a little bit. So that's a 3. I don't need that.
We got the donation goal about with the Wii remote controller instead of the nunchuck. How much more difficult does this really make the game?
Right. So, yeah, normally, I mean, I guess most people have played Wii. If not, well, I can't show you, but there's the Wii remote, and you can attach the nunchuck controller, which is a control stick, which, I mean, is normal gameplay, right? You just use that to move around. But this is just using the pointer. I find it kind of annoying. Maybe I'm a little bit of a complainer, but it's more annoying to just be basically holding A the whole time, pointing where you need to go. And it's a little more difficult to line yourself up for fishing, I guess. Certain like angles. But it is kind of neat in this game. You probably have noticed by now, you can point where you want to fish. So it always goes the same distance, but you can at least control the direction. And in that case, it's pretty quick sometimes. Another thing you can do is you can release fish to scare away other fish. And that's sort of a general strategy, I guess. In this game, it seems like if you don't scare away the fish, they stay there for quite a while. So in order to like turn over more spawns, get more things to show up, you want to scare things away, ideally, efficiently. And that's sort of like a part of it. And so with the Wii remote corner, it's a little more difficult. And I guess other efficiencies you can, or you want to be able to, right, like run along the ocean and river efficiently, checking for things. So you'll see me like running sometimes, walking sometimes. So like I'm running when I go up this gradient and walking when I go down. So when you go up, you can kind of see what's coming. When it's like a downward slope, you can't really. And then when you get to the river, it's sort of the same. Where I'm trying to basically run. I'm playing on like widescreen aspect ratio, which actually helps in this because you see more on the sides here. And so that does help with the fishing because I can sort of, you know, run where I'm far enough away that I won't scare anything, but close enough that I can see the shadows. There is a medium by the waterfall. Hopefully this is the char.
Do we have a small moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I just wanted to plug a bit here your own incentive here a bit because if we reach $150 for the upcoming incentive, then you will show us a bonus villager bingo, and maybe you can explain the viewers who can't quite understand what that involves a little bit yourself. What exactly is this villager bingo?
Sure. So it's sort of a fun little thing. Desert Pope made the bingo generator's house, but in the city, this game, if anybody hasn't played it, they added a sort of city hub, so you can ride the bus and go to the city from here. And in the city, there's usually like 3 to 5 villagers, sort of just walking around, enjoying the sights as they do. But when you go in and out of a building in the city, it resets who's out there. So it's sort of a fun addition. If you go up to the city, go in another building and see how quickly you can get a bingo on your 5x5 board of just villagers. It's kind of fun. Nice little bonus. If anybody's interested in seeing that.
So yeah, if you want to see that, we're currently do not have any donations yet towards this incentive. $150 left to go, but if you want to see this, well, why don't you make the first step with your donation? Of course, all donations go towards Doctors Without Borders, so if you want to donate, type !donate in chat. Back to you.
Absolutely, thank you. So I'm kind of just going along. I haven't seen anything rare, unfortunately, yet. No huge shadows, no fins. This board does have all three finned fish. I guess that's sort of an additional size. I think they're the same size as like the 6s, the huges, but shark, hammerhead shark, and ocean sunfish are the 3 finned fish in this game. Nice little crucian carp. I'm looking pretty sharp. I think they used that same one for the carp. It's a little lazy, but anyway. That is a fish, although everything I have so far is pretty common. Char, I guess, is sort of less common. That bottom row is looking interesting. Like I was saying before, I can just get a ray, but also, was that column 4? Arapaima can show up right now. If I get that, bitterling is pretty free in the winter. So at some point, I'll probably change the date. I'm gonna have to change the date regardless, but that's sort of the strategy here is start here in September evening when a lot of stuff can show up. Get something rare, 1 or 2 rare things, and then sort of go from there in terms of what I want to look for to finish it up. Yeah, the estimate is pretty high because I wasn't sure if I was gonna set up the town first or not, but also the variance in this game is pretty high, as you could probably imagine, especially with the fishing. Because of, you know, there are a lot of duplicates, a lot of things that, you know, show up at the same size, but one is rarer than the other. An example being arowana, which is a size 4, shows up in the summer, but it's very rare. And that's the same size as like the black bass, the carp, catfish, all that stuff. So it's annoying and difficult to get the arowana always. Fortunately, arowana is not on this board, so I don't have to worry about it. I would like this, though. In this lake, this could be a catfish. 'Cause I guess another thing I should mention, there are different fish that show up in different places. So like river, ocean. But even within the river and ocean, there are, you know, certain fish that only show up in certain spots. So for example, in that big lake there, stuff like gar, giant snakehead, and catfish, I think, are the only three that only show up in the lake. Oops. That wasn't something I needed. But then at like the river mouth in early September, the salmon and king salmon can show up in that acre, which is why I knew that was a salmon earlier. And another interesting, maybe, little tidbit is that they sort of, in the game, implemented like salmon, I guess, migration. Because I think in real life, as far as I understand, right, the salmon, you know, swim up the river at some point in September to, you know, go back to where they were born to lay eggs and stuff like that. So in this game, in the first half of September, from September 1st to the 15th, the salmon show up in the ocean by the river mouth, but in late September, they show up all throughout the river. So that kind of mimics, right, those salmon going up the river back to their homes, basically. So that's sort of neat. That's really the only example of things that show up, you know, in one half of the month and then have different behavior in the other half. The other being jellyfish. So jellyfish only show up in one half of August. They only show up in the second half of August, which is kind of strange, kind of unique. I'm not sure if there's like a reason for that. It's kind of interesting. So like in fishing runs, you normally stop by late August very briefly just to get a jellyfish and move on. Because you don't want it sort of diluting the spawn pool, I guess. Because in general, there are some mysterious things about this game. A lot is unknown, unfortunately. Like my dream is to have the source code released someday. Honestly and legally. But it hasn't happened yet, so like there's a lot of mystery about, you know, how things spawn, specific spawn rates, like underlying mechanics that to me it is really interesting, or would be really interesting to know, to try to optimize some of these runs. But for now we mostly just go on what we've seen. Ooh, okay, so there's a fin. I'll take my time. Little focus. Nice. Guaranteed to be something I need. Okay, hammerhead shark. That's very nice. I think that immediately changes my strategy here, like I was saying. Because now that middle column becomes very appealing. Clownfish, neon tetra, bluegill. Neon tetra is kind of rare. Bluegill should be pretty easy. Clownfish will show up sooner or later, but the thing about that is all three of those show up at the same time. So at this point I can kind of focus, I could focus that, which is what I might do. See what else shows up as I go. I'm gonna hang around a little bit longer to see what I could see. Yeah, I was quiet on that shark because the frame windows for catching fish in this game is pretty lenient. It's not too bad. In older games like GameCube, some of the fish are really difficult. But in this game, the smallest frame window I think is about 24 frames. Well, that's another salmon. And so there are certain fish that fall in that category. I think it's shark, hammerhead shark, marlin, coelacanth, dorado, arapaima, stuff like that. Some of the rare ones have the smallest window. Barred knife jaw also, for some reason. So like 24 frames it's not that tight, but it's kind of easy to miss if I'm not paying attention, at least a little bit. And in general, my sort of strategy for catching those ones, and anybody who's played New Horizons maybe has done this too, but I go on the sound as opposed to the sight. Because when the bobber goes down for like the last time, or when it actually bites, it makes a pretty distinct sound. And for whatever reason, that's easier for me to react to. I think that's kind of common too. I don't know if that's like known, reacting on sound as opposed to sight, but the main reason I do it is it's a lot easier for me to mess up based on sight. Because I'll get in my head, anybody who's played this knows, it gets in your head like, oh, it's going to bite on the next one, it's going to bite on the next one. And so you just press A and it's like, oh, it didn't bite, and it just flies away. So that's always sad. Caught an angelfish wears its halo. I don't know. I don't even need that. Eel, I don't need. Oh yeah, eel is unique too. You can see special shadow. All right, I'm gonna change the date. So like in the goldenrod runs, all the fish, and similar to this, you know, you cheat, you time travel. Because you want to get to, you need to get to the different times to catch what you need and, you know, go from there. So if you're an Animal Crossing purist, close your eyes, but if not, I'm gonna go to July, daytime, 11 a.m. Yes, don't tell Nintendo. Because here, summer daytime, you know, depending on the season again, the time of day, things go away and things come in. So in the daytime in July, Neon Tetra shows up, Bluegill shows up, and Clownfish is still there. So I think I'm gonna go for, I don't know. I'm gonna go for that middle column, I think. Given that I have the hammerhead shark. And the thing is, if I could see an ocean sunfish too while doing this in the ocean. So that's another option. This is Rossetti, by the way. The second time you play the game in every town, he tells you what's what, basically. Not to reset. Unfortunately, he does not appear in the latest release. New Horizons is an Animal Crossing game. It's not my favorite, however. I could go on and on. It's just different. We're back. And I guess I'll catch things that could be things I need, even if it's not the middle column. So like, this could be turkeyfish or barred knife jaw. Could also be red snapper. Pufferfish. Oh, nice. Barred knife jaw is kind of rare, and that's like one of those tight window ones too, so that's nice to get. Because it's sort of different, right? When the shadow's big or it has a fin, you know what's coming. So you know you gotta be prepared, but that barred knife jaw is just the same size as a lot of other things that aren't so hard to catch. So it's easy to get complacent, I guess. Not really worry about it, and then it just bites and runs. You're like, oh, that was a barred knife jaw. Oh well. Yeah, right now really focusing the ocean for the clownfish. I'm gonna have to check the river for Neon Tetra and Bluegill. Oh. This is either clownfish or seahorse. Seahorse, classic. I guess, I mean, to briefly touch on the mechanics of the fishing, it might be obvious, but the fish bites your bobber a certain number of times, and then it bites down and like takes it, and that's when you press A. And so the maximum number is 5. So if it's already bit the bobber 4 times, it'll guaranteed bite it on the 5th, and like, you know, you can catch it then. So that helps. Like generally you always want to count how many times it bites, because when it bites on the 5th one, there's no reaction required. If it makes it to that point, you just press A. That's good to keep in mind. And that's true, as far as I know, in every Animal Crossing game. So if you want to take those tips to New Horizons or elsewhere, go ahead. It's probably common knowledge at this point. Frog? Oh, frog is on here. So there are 3 fish that show up in these ponds. And you can tell in this game which each one is when you go to the pond, because the frog, you can hear it making this noise. So frog is the same size as crawfish, but frog makes his frog noises. Crawfish does not. So that's how you know this is a frog. And then killifish is smaller. I'll just chuck him back in. Actually, you may have seen when you release a frog, he does like a back belly flop. I don't know what the word for that is. A belly flop on his back, basically. Another strange thing is that the frog is a fish that you can catch, but also your neighbors can be frogs, as you may know. It's a little, but it's fine. Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. A lot of things in this game, you know, this game makes sense. Like, this kid's got, what, 15 fish in his pocket right now? He can carry furniture across the town. He can talk to the magic dog in the fountain to get a golden axe. I mean, the list goes on. He can communicate with animals who are humans, basically. But yeah, it's all par for the course. Well, that's a piranha. Bite the bait, not me. True. So piranha is rarer than bluegill, but I don't need it, so that's cool. And I'm actually going to sell stuff to Tom Nook, because I think it's faster. In the long run, as you'll see, when your pockets are full, he does that dialogue at the end every time. He's like, oh, my pockets are full. Should I keep this one or let it go? And over time, that adds up, especially with the, what is it called? Animation to release the thing. I missed one. So it takes some time to go in the shop and sell, but I think it's a little faster in the end. Interesting question. Yeah, so far anyway, I kind of just catch them. Once you catch them, it's the goal. Oh, that probably would have been more fun to actually keep the fish. I didn't really think about that. Although theoretically, you could fill up your pockets by the time you, like before you get a bingo. So far I've what? Only 9 fish caught. That's not too many. But yesterday I was doing a practice of this, and I kept the fish I needed, and I wanted to set up in my house, you know, a nice little row or column. But the starting house is only 4x4. So it didn't really work out, unfortunately. They didn't fit in a row. And also some fish take up two like cells. It's like a 2x1 tank. There's our bluegill. Oh, I missed what it said. Oops. I think some actually take up 4. It's like a 2x2 tank. I think the sharks take up that. Maybe the sunfish. In this game, that might be it. That's kind of a cool thing they did in New Horizons, though. I'll give it that much. They kind of made some unique, I guess, like fish tanks. Most of them are pretty standard, like rectangles, but some are unique. Like the goldfish. I think in this game, too, actually, the goldfish and the Popeye goldfish have their own little, like, rounded tank. That might be it, actually. Sea butterfly. I know, like, in New Horizons, sea butterfly has a sort of, like, cylinder. Yeah, in that game, like, the big boys have, like industrial sized, like, containers. Some of them do. I don't know what exactly they are. That's almost like canvas or something. I'm doing a poor job explaining it, but if you look up, like, ocean sunfish in New Horizons, you might see what I'm talking about. Nice, I caught a zebra turkey fish. Gobble, gobble, ow. Sure. I guess, actually, zebra turkey fish are probably poisonous. We could ask Blathers. I'm sure he would know. Let me look at this board again. I mean... Blathers does know everything. I was thinking maybe... like the requirement, you'd have to have a requirement to donate everything to Blathers in the end. That's on your bingo for it to be valid. Maybe next time. Oh, is that a tiny? See, the thing about this, the ocean, no. So sometimes like these ocean fish are way down here, so you can't really see them. They generally tend to drift upwards, but it can be annoying if they, you know, are just out to sea. Don't show themselves. I think, I mean, it just makes the most sense to go for this middle row or middle column. I'm kind of just scaring away these sizes I don't need. Like medium in the ocean, I don't need red snapper, I don't need pufferfish, I don't need octopus. So this isn't anything I need, although I'm struggling to scare it. You can maybe notice how I'm scaring these. Like if they're close enough, you can run at them and they'll run away, but if they're far away, I tend to throw the bobber right in front of them. And then the moment they lock onto it, you can press A again and they'll get scared away. This is a huge... Oh, but this can't be Ray, because I'm in July. Ray only starts showing up in August, so we'll catch this for the fun of it. I think it's a marlin. It's marlin and Apollyon fish. Wow. Look at the hat on this guy. Yeah, he's got a big head. So that's a rare one. Unfortunately not on my board, but... I haven't even seen a tiny in the river. The neon tetra is a tiny in the river. And the unfortunate thing about that, this is the semi-rare because there are 4 different tinies in the river that can show up right now. Being goldfish, pop-eyed goldfish, neon tetra, and guppy. So even if I see a tiny shadow, it's basically a 1 in 4. That's the one I need, so it might take some time. Depending on how quickly the tinies decide to show up. Okay, so there's a tiny, you can tell. Small little guy. There's basically a 25% chance of the one I need. Oh. That's a guppy. Word uppy. Alright, I like that one. Oh, another tiny. Alright, don't be a guppy. Goldfish. There's gold in them there, fish. Not really. That's kind of funny. I guess I should mention, for normal runs of this game, I play on the Japanese version. Because the text scrolls a lot faster, for some reason, compared to English. And there's like less of it, so it's just faster overall. The game is the same, but for this I'm playing on English. For the sake of the people. Yeah, they like... I guess you may have probably noticed, if you haven't played Animal Crossing though, like, every time you catch a fish or bug, he's got some, like, pun to say, some wordplay on it. So I can actually read them this time. Normally I just see, like, oh, it's just Japanese, I can't understand that, cool.
Normally you're just a speed gamer who's just like, yeah, what is this text? Give me back to the game.
Exactly, yeah, I ain't got time to read.
Of course not. Frames to be saved.
Exactly. And that's the funny thing too, like, I mean, it's different, because this game generally is very laid back. I mean, these runs are kind of laid back too, compared to most speedruns, but, like, normally it'd be like, you know, going around, watering flowers, talking to your neighbors, decorating your house, but in this, you know, going to a speedrun, it's a bit of an adjustment, really. Because you've probably seen it before in this run too, like, your villagers will come to you be like, hey, what's up? To do the little ping thing. And every time I just gotta be like, I don't have time for you, man. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna talk to you again. It's just the fact of the matter. My poor villagers. And it's kind of funny to think of it from their perspective, right? Some new kid moves into town. He does his chores at the store, part-time job, buys a fishing rod, and then he just fishes all day, every day. Never talks to anybody. Doesn't upgrade his house, doesn't, you know, partake in any events or holidays. He just fishes.
Unless maybe some generous person unlocks the villager bingo bonus for this run.
That's true. That is very true.
It's still open.
In that case, I'll be actively seeking out 5 of our favorite villagers, so I guess 25. Alright, so here's a tiny... Oh, an egg-grease butterfly, that's rare. This is a killifish in this holding pond, but it's on my board. And there you go. Bet you feel silly fish? Is that how you pronounce it? Oops. Alright, still looking for those river tinies. 0 for 2 so far. Looking for the neon tetra. I mean, it's true too, because if you think about it from the time traveling perspective, right? I guess one thing, I only time travel backwards, and the fishing it doesn't really matter, but if you time travel forward, weeds will start to show up. So for stuff like golden net, that's scary, because if you get too many weeds, you get the rafflesia, and then you can't catch any bugs. It'll just be all flies. Yeah, they don't see me for like months at a time. If you think about it in the real game case, I just jumped from September to July. And you go back to like winter and stuff, so these poor villagers have to learn to be independent, I guess, self-sufficient. I guess they have each other to talk to, hopefully, while I'm gone. In my fishing-induced coma. Alright, here's another 50-50 at the clownfish. Seahorse. Caught a seahorse? Nay, yay. I'm thinking nay. So you can start to see the sort of gotcha element here, the lottery element, so to speak. In these fishes that have, you know, the same size, but there are 2 or more that can show up. And at some point you only need one or the other. And so getting duplicates during like a goldenrod run is very painful. Especially for like the big ones that are actually rare. Because like we saw before, I mean at this time the huge is either a marlin or a Napoleon fish, so it's a 50-50, but you know, you miss that 50-50 2 times in a row, maybe 3 times in a row, it's becomes like a problem. Depending on what time you're going for. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say it, but the blue marlin is like my enemy in goldenrod runs. Speak of the devil. Seems like every time I want to get a ray, I say, please don't be a marlin. Just give me a ray, and it's a marlin. So let's see what this guy is. This is either ray... Oh no, this can't be ray. This is either marlin or Napoleon fish. There he is. Oh, my old friend. Hey there, little darling. Hey. So not as painful since Ray couldn't show up right now, but basically it's not Animal Crossing fishing speed run until you catch a marlin. I don't think I've ever in my life gone a run catching only one in a normal fishing run where I need everything. That's how it goes. That's sort of the darkness of the fishing category in this game. If I was smart, I would have rigged the board to have marlin show up guaranteed. Since I always catch it, but was not meant to be today. But the other thing about the marlin is it's, I think it's sentient, right? Like it understands. If I put it on the board, it wouldn't show up, right? Because it would know that I wanted it. When it's not on the board, it'll show up all the time. And the same with the fishing rod too. Once you get one, it's like it's a landslide of marlins, so to speak. Okay, I almost scared that. Neon Tetra chance here.
And while you go for that chance, I want to remind all our viewers that they also have a chance, and that's the chance to win awesome prizes from our sponsor Game 17, who are recently announced their tactical dieselpunk loot shooter Marauders, and they donated several game packs that you can win for a donation of $25 throughout the event. There is the Couch Co-op game pack, the Metroidvania game pack, the Roguelite game pack, a strategy game pack, or maybe interesting for somebody in chat, the Speedrun Starter game pack. All you have to do is get $25 of total donations throughout this event, and you're in the raffle to win some of these awesome prizes. And if you just want to have a Bingothon mug, either the summer theme or the neutral theme, all you need to do is donate $5 once in this tournament, and you're in the raffle for that as well.
Very cool. Wow. So I did end up getting the Neon Tetra there, which is great. And so now it's looking like the last boss is the clownfish. And I'm looking at the fish wiki. I'm pretty sure this thing shows up all day in July. I'm just trying to verify that. At this point, I think, yeah, all day. All right, I just got to get the clownfish. So let's see. This is flying by. 40 minutes on my timer. Not great. I mean, we'll see. Estimate was an hour. Oh. 50-50. Third time's the charm. Seahorse again. We carry on.
So this is like Finding Nemo right now?
It's exactly like that, actually, yes.
Oh.
I'm unable to find Nemo so far, but you might as well just change the title to that now. That's all we're doing. This has become a catch a clownfish speedrun. Oh, there's Pate. I would love to talk to you, but I can't. Also, that poor long locust just jumped in the ocean. River. Yeah, fortunately, I mean, I guess we'll see. I've had 3 chances so far. Hopefully it'll show up again relatively soon. Yeah, bingo is a little different than the goldenrod, because goldenrod you need to catch everything, right? So until the very end of the run, there's pretty much always 2 things that can show up at one time, more than 2 usually. So like, you know, if you run around looking for something, you'll find other things that you need, but in this case, it's only clownfish. Oh, here we go. So it's a little different. Because like during a normal run, you're guaranteed to see it. Since you're spending so long. There it is. GG. I caught a clownfish. Where's your red nose? Hmm? Yeah, these thank you. Yeah, these seemingly common fish become rare and annoying. But yeah. There's a single bingo. I think.
And I was just updating our donation. Sadly, the villager bingo has not been met yet.
Okay, understood. Let me see. Okay, he's got a big tank. Got the TR1. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Thank you for GG's. A little underestimate, but I think that's about fine. If you're interested in Animal Crossing speedruns, check out the Animal Crossing speedruns Discord. That's sort of all I got. Thank you. Is there, should I kill time, or is this about good?
I think we still have some time, so why not go for a double bingo or something like that?
Sure. So let's see now.
Also gives us more time to get that money for that villager bingo in.
True.
So yeah, guys,
Flea really
if you
wants
want
to
to see that villager bingo,
Flea
then
really
do
wants
get
to
those
see it.
donations in now.
It's very exciting.
It's now or never.
Now I got a couple options if I want to go for a second bingo. Fortunately, a lot of these are rares. I shouldn't be here.
All of your donations go to Doctors Without Borders, so you're donating for a really good cause. And if you can't donate, please share this marathon, share the link on your social media with your friends and family. Every little thing helps to make this event a success.
So I'm going to try going August. I'll go back a year. Make it not a Sunday, because there's fireworks on Sunday. And I'm going to go 8 p.m. So there's sort of 4 different like time ranges where stuff shows up in. So like the daytime time range is between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And then between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. is sort of like a middle range. And then 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. is like a nighttime range. And then 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. is another range. So those are the only times where stuff like starts showing up and stops showing up. So here at 8 p.m. I'm sort of in the middle. Oh, I changed to August because Ray can show up. Hopefully this is Ray. Napoleon fish, wow. Rare. Yeah, that sort of becomes the painful part if I were doing like goldenrod. Because those huge guys don't show up very often. I'm kind of surprised I've seen 3 so far, but for one thing, you can't miss them. If you miss them, that's a problem. But if you get duplicates past a certain point, it's sad. To say the least. So there's one time, I guess, I mean, if you don't know, some of the categories in this game, goldenrod and golden net, are kind of self-explanatory. Catch all the fish or catch all the bugs as fast as you can and get the golden net and rod. There's also other golden tools, so like golden axe, you have to build the fountain, which exists in this game if you donate enough money to the town fund, and then you throw the axe into the fountain. And it's like a 1 in 64 chance that the Serena, the dog goddess, who I think only shows up in this game, gives it to you. And by the way, Nat's here. This is Nat, correct? Must be a bug off day, but it's over. Wait, who won? Sorry. I need to know. Dina. Dina won the Bing City bug off. Wow. 65-point Jewel Beetle? That's nothing. Congrats to Dina, anyway. Oh, I hear something. You hear that? That's skittering? That is a scorpion. My golden net brain is tuned into those noises. Unfortunately, I don't have a net, so I can't catch it, but oh, there he is. I don't want to bully him. In this game, if you're not holding a net, okay, so he gets like agitated if you get too close without your net, and he sort of runs away. And if I had a net and took it out, he would start running at me and like attack me. But I'll let him be. I'll let him run around. Yeah, in terms of this bingo, I think that middle row might be good. Arapaima is rare, but if I catch an arapaima, that catfish should show up sooner or later. That's not very rare in the lake. So that's sort of the closest one I have to only needing one fish left, basically. Yeah, so to quickly mention was the other categories. There's golden watering can, I guess, is kind of fun.
I'm so sorry to interrupt,
Okay.
but we just got a donation in from Anonymous, no comment, $150. Thank you so much, Anonymous.
Oh,
And you wouldn't believe it. We met another donation incentive, which is Villager Bingo.
Woo!
oh my goodness.
Let's go.
All right, I'll get right into it. So I will update this board so that you don't have to change. I'm going to change the time to the daytime because it seems like more villagers show up in the city then. All right, let me know if that seems good.
Maybe that gives us time to talk about the other donations that are still open. We have the very next run, Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. You can unlock Permanent Rainbow Dash and Rainbow Ori for $50. That's still open. And you can choose the file name for the Skyward Sword randomizer, which is an open bid war, so you can just snipe it away for $1 at the point. And then later this evening, we have Illusion of Gaia randomizer, where there's $5 missing to have boss shuffle unlocked as well. And the bingo board seems to be updated, so take it away.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much for the donation, by the way, at the last second. Wow. Hopefully you enjoy this. It's straightforward, but we're going to do something that never happens in Animal Crossing City Folk speedruns. We're going to ride the bus. And I guess you can start the timer once I get on the bus. And you can see my board here of villagers. I kind of stacked the board a little bit with some of my favorites. And some random ones. But the goal is pretty simple. I'm just going to go to the city, go in and out of buildings. And then I'll achieve a goal when I talk to one of these villagers. In terms of numbers, I think... Oh, here's Captain, by the way. You never see him. Proud country boy. Huh. Yeah, poor Captain. He used to ride his boat. You can see his little toy right there on his boat. But now he's a bus driver. And here's the city. Wow. There's Serena, the goddess. Let me just double check. Oh, there's Al. Apparently not. Captain is a man of many talents. If it involves transporting you from one place to another, he's the man for it. Oh, and Iggly. No way. That's actually crazy. A huge part of the community for this game is Japanese, actually. And they really like Al and Iggly for some reason. Tamotsu and Norimaki. That's crazy, I saw them both. I almost added Iggly to the board, but I thought against it. Also, I go in here because usually there's one villager shopping in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Sydney. Dang. I have another koala on my board, Yuka. Unfortunately, the person in there doesn't change, so I'm basically just going to go in and out. I gotta remember who's on my board. You can see they're different. Nobody there. So this is a more traditional bingo. I guess. But you're calling like 5 numbers at a time instead of 1. That's not Chevra, is it? Is this Nan? Yeah, it's Nan. Not on the board. I guess going in Gracie Grace is time loss because she talks to you. Okay, let's see who we see. Thing is, I'm not very good with the names. Monique, I know a lot of them actually, but it's kind of weird playing on the Japanese version. Oh, he talks to you too. Lloyd the auction house. That's like a weird thing in this game. You can like leave items for auction. And I think like your friends can buy them. Oh, it's Biscuit. It's gonna get some cash from the old automatic bell dispenser. Oh yeah, you gotta have cash to take out cash, bro. I'm sorry. Biscuit, we're on the board. And if you'd like to know, well, we'll see. There's, oh, that's Wendy. What do I have? I have Willow on here. Axel. Wonk. He still says wonk. I was gonna say, yeah, playing on the Japanese version for the runs, I kind of learned like a lot of their Japanese names. And I've probably seen their Japanese names even more than their English names at this point. Maybe. I kind of forget some of the names. On English anyway. Only 2 so far, I think. I don't have her. I don't know. Do I have Goldie? No. Wait, that's not Goldie. That's Daisy. Is that Yuka? Nice. Yuka, my favorite koala. Because they're in my Golden Net PB. Flea, or actually Flea, and Golden Net, Flea is like very scary in this game. It's just random. Was that Mitzi? Oh, she's not on my board. Anyway, Flea is just like randomly shows up on your villagers. And it's very painful if it's the last thing you need. So nothing you really do.
I know a lot about the speedrun of this game, or this game in general, but I have to ask, how hard in this game is it to save the animals or save the frames?
I guess saving the animals, I don't know. Depends if you want to save their emotional well-being. Because by not talking to them, I guess you're not really saving them. Oh, another penguin. Oh, I don't have her. The frames, I don't know. I mean, I guess like an actual answer, there's certain things you can do to save some time here and there. Certain techniques, but a lot of it, I mean, obviously it's a lot of RNG. There's always RNG in Animal Crossing games, whether it's fish or bugs or, you know, town layout being random every time. It's sort of a major component, really. That's why I think the best category in this game is Golden Net, because luck is always a factor, but there's more you can do in Golden Net, I guess, to sort of influence that. What's Bones? Where the heck are all the restaurants? Good point, there are no restaurants here. Yeah, I mean, Golden Net is more about like sort of adapting as you go. And like on the fly decision making. So that's a lot of fun. I like that category a lot. I'm trying to think. 5 villagers so far. Nothing really close. I guess that's diagonal. In terms of numbers there, I think there are like 210 villagers total in this game. But there's a weird like distinction where certain villagers are rare. For example, like Anka, Lucky, the monkeys, a bunch of others. I think there's like 20 or so rare ones that don't actually show up in the city. And so those aren't included in this bingo. Octavian too, the octopuses, octopi, sorry. But I'm pretty sure, oh, Pecco. Filthy shoes. You're not wearing shoes. What are you talking about? Oh, and Puck. Alright, Pekka's on there, but Puck's not.
And we just got in another donation. $50 from Golden Devil. Without a comment, but thank you so very much, Golden Devil. And this goes to Free Punda. I don't know who Punda is, but I will move it forward to our big organizers of this event, and maybe they can do something for you.
I'll make sure that Punda gets through, I guess. Whoever Punda is.
We'll find someone with that name and free him. And that donation also puts us to $1,613. So thank you very much. All this money you donate is going to Doctors Without Borders. They're involved all across the world with life-saving responses to all kinds of diseases, COVID-19, of course, but also cholera, Ebola, hepatitis, HIV, and malaria. And yeah, every dollar you donate goes to that great cause. If you can't donate, please share this marathon on your social media or with your friends and family, so we can get many people, as many people as possible, and we can keep collecting money for a great cause.
Great, yeah, thank you for the donations. Oh, rolled. Missed them. You may have just seen I saw Aurora. Aurora's my favorite villager. That's why she's in the center, and that's why I was circling her for so long. Rold's actually like top 5. So I stacked my board a little bit. The penguins are my favorites. So we just got Aurora rolled back to back. It's a pretty good sign. It looks like we're 1 away. A tangy appearance would be GG here. Yeah, at what? Well, I think it's like 190 something common villagers that can show up here. So I'm not sure what the chances are. Like how many resets you'd expect it to take. I will say one time I did a all penguins run where I found all 9 penguins in the city, and that took like, how long did that take? Oh, Willow. 30 something minutes. And Bob's on the board. I think I put the estimate for this at like 20. Again, it's it's just completely random. Very high variance, but I figured only 5. I mean, I guess they have to be in the right spot, but if you get to like 15, you're probably gonna get a bingo somewhere there. Let's see, Tangy would do it. Kiki and Pee-wee or Goldie and Groucho would do it. That's Gabby, right? I keep getting... Oh, it's Carmen. I am not as good as I thought I was with these names. Mixing up different... What? Villagers of the same species, basically. Lily, my favorite frog. She's on there, yeah. Interesting, we have the numbers. 2.5% chance. That sounds believable. Any given reset, so... just more luck. I mean, bingo is luck, right? This is like classic bingo.
We're speedrunners, we don't do math.
We just run and hope it goes well.
Exactly.
Oh, glorious sighting? Yeah, hopefully you're seeing your favorite villagers. I should have mentioned you can play at home. You can make your own board and check off as you go. I'm seeing quite a few here. Did I already get her? Oh, I did. Oh, Antonio. Is he on there? He is.
So you still have about 9 minutes left until we're at the next scheduled block, but that is the setup block. I think we could at least get 1 bingo finished.
Okay, yeah, I think that sounds reasonable. I mean, I guess we'll see. We get stonewalled. I'm seeing Biscuit a lot. But we're 1 away on Tangy. We're 2 away on quite a few now with that Antonio. Yeah, sort of how this, I don't know. Puddles, no. Always RNG involved. Oh, Lolly. Oh, she's not on here. Rolled again. 3 cats, by the way. The rarest thing would be, I think, if all 5 villagers are were the same animal. That'd be crazy. I think the most I've ever seen is 4. I think I've seen 4 cats once. That was 3 cats, but... There's Wendy. Oh, I already got the sheep. Although cats, I guess, is the most likely, because I think there are the most cats out of all the animals. So it definitely starts to slow a little bit. I've got, let's see, 12, so almost half the board. Blair, she's new. I'm trying to think. If you're truly a madman, you can do like an all villagers run in the city. You just keep going inside and out of this door until you see them all.
True, 100%.
Exactly, it's the only way.
Oh boy, that sounds like it could take some time.
Yeah, I could imagine that. What? So you'd have to exclude the ones that can't show up, but at 192 or so, that's gotta be a lot. Oh, Goldie. And Pom Pom, wow. Me and Pom Pom have the same birthday, fun fact. Yeah, all of a sudden we are one away on three different things. Hopper, Groucho, or Tangy would do it here. And that's Gabby. I know that's Gabby. If I could talk to her. This is the wee pointer pain. She's hiding behind the lamppost. There we go. So now Rosie would also do it. This is, I mean, what's the highest number of squares you can get without getting a bingo? 20?
I don't know, but you're almost at it.
I'm getting pretty close. Maybe that can happen. It's Al again. Let's see if I got... I guess it's 21. No, it's gotta be 20 anyway.
Highest number would be 20, but you need a specific set for that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think you need like...
Don't think you can do any more.
I think you're right. Maybe it might have to be a diagonal of empties.
If you have like one diagonal
And a diagonal free, you have no bingo, but
interesting.
Maximum amount of fields.
Yeah.
All right, so we won't be seeing that this run, sadly, but we'll see how many we can get.
You could still get 3 without finishing a bingo the way I see it.
I think you're correct. Apollo, like if I did like Apollo, Filbert, and Kiki.
Apollo, Filbert, and Kiki, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Mint, Pewee, and Samson.
Interesting. Huh. So we might have a little bit to go here yet. There's Walker and Maple. Those are 2 new ones. I mean, it's funny. I guess it's always random, but it feels like you see quite a few of these guys. Like I've seen some of these guys like 7 or 8 times.
Random at a bingo.
Who would have thought?
I don't believe that.
Iron G in my video game? Unbelievable.
Who did this? You could see Lloyd a lot, right? Never see him. I never used the auction house.
Just have to press the button harder to make them speak.
I could believe it. I'll really point this Wii pointer extra hard this time. Oh, the Samson. He was in my original GameCube town. It's my favorite mouse, probably. And now Filbert will do it as well. We might just yet see the 22 squares fill, but no bingo. Wait, no, 18. Let's see.
Feels bingo, man.
Let's see. Filbert, Tangy, Groucho, Rosie, Hopper. Quite a few. Looks like I got about 3 minutes or less for my theoretical estimate. Let's see.
I believe you can do it.
I believe in the power of city RNG, village RNG.
I mean, you've already been time traveling twice in this run. You can do it.
That's true. I can do anything.
And the power of bingo.
Oh, Filbert. Oh, that's it. If I could talk to him. Yeah. Thank you, Filbert. Filbert with his nice pink shirt.
GG's.
GG.
GG. Thank you for GG's. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for the donation too to get this funded. Hopefully you enjoyed the random villagers. Hopefully you saw all your favorites. Enjoyed seeing the city.
That was definitely the most relaxing bingo we had in a while.
I sure hope so. Yeah, it's been pretty intense.
After so much 2-on-2 action,
Yeah.
get a nice, relaxing breather.
Nice little break. That's right. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, I mean, you can try it yourself. It's pretty easy to get started with Animal Crossing speedruns. Just catch the fish, catch the bugs as fast as you can, right? And go from there. But
everybody who enjoyed this, please give our runner and commentator a big follow to see more Animal Crossing in the future.
it's great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you for showing us this bingo. It was great. Definitely very cozy.
Right. So we're gonna get set up for our next block, which is gonna be a small setup block. And after that, we will have Ori and the Plant Forest Definitive Edition. 5 lines on Master Difficulty. And we still have a donation goal open for that. You can still unlock Rainbow Dash and Rainbow Ori for $50. So you got about half an hour to get this. So better keep at it, gamers.
Doctors Without Borders, also known internationally by our French name Médecins Sans Frontières, or MSF, is an independent medical humanitarian organization. Founded in 1971, MSF won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1999. Today we have some 33,000 staff on the ground in roughly 70 countries. We work in communities affected by war, natural disasters, disease outbreaks, chronic neglect, and other crises. We treat people based on medical needs alone, regardless of race, religion, or political affiliation. On any given day, we assist patients who have no other access to healthcare services. Our medical teams can offer critical services such as surgery, maternal care, vaccinations, and mental health counseling. When people are forced from their homes, we focus on treating illnesses and injuries. We work to prevent disease outbreaks in refugee camps and other settlements. We treat malnutrition and the consequences of sexual violence. Our advocacy message is always the same. People at risk should be able to access health care, and medical workers, even in active conflict zones, must be able to provide it. And life-saving medicines and vaccines must be affordable and accessible to the people who need them most. The ongoing support of our donors, together with the profound commitment of our aid workers, will allow MSF to provide independent and impartial assistance to people in crises for a long time to come. We know that the future holds many challenges for people around the world, but we also know what's possible when we go where we're most needed with the materials we need to deliver life-saving medical care.
Hello everyone! Ohayo. What is up? Question mark emoji. You are watching a Bingothon Summer 2022 TV emoji.
And we're getting ready for our next marathon run, which is going to be Ori and the Black Forest PogChamp. We will see 5 lines master difficulty, smiley face.
Yeah, and we are raising money in here for Doctors Without Borders siren emoji.
We also got an incentive for this run, which sadly has not been met. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man, indeed. But hey, with $50, you can change this. $50 and we will have a permanent Rainbow Dash and Rainbow Ori. But you gotta be quick. Stopwatch.
Rainbow Dash and Rainbow Ori just sounds too amazing to not have them. Kappa Pride.
Indeed. And yeah, we'll also have some other amazing runs coming up later on. For example, this sounds kind of dumb since it's basically our runs, so we'll have to advertise our own runs.
I can save you from that. There's still the Skyward Sword thing going on with the file name that still can be sniped away. XD.
Alright, and after that we'll have an Illusion of Gaia randomizer. We've got a sellout bingo cash emoji, cash dollar bills, something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a very, very good run. Chat will never be able to stop me, Kappa.
Ooh, I think chat still chat wants to have a talk with you on that muscle emoji.
Nah, they'll never beat me. I will make this estimate. They won't make me eat my own words. Not like this.
We'll see. Also, yeah, that is about all for incentives we've got for now. But how about I tell you a little bit about prizes that you can win? Trophy emoji.
There are prizes, cheer, monkey.
Indeed, shocked face.
Oh my god, I want to see those prizes.
We've got mugs. Bingothon mug. We've got
a digital copy of Mario Strikers Battle League football emoji.
Yeah, and we've got a few game packs in here from our sponsor Team 17. Controller emoji. We've got a couch co-op pack. We've got a Metroidvania pack. We've got a roguelike pack. We've got a speedrun starter pack, and we've got a strategy pack. And for the grand prize, gold medal, we've got also all those game packs are a minimum donation of $25, and for this grand prize, a minimum donation of $50. You can choose 10 games, 10 of the games that are in the other packs. Box emoji.
That sounds great, especially the speedrun starter pack sounds something like I would like to look into. Clock emoji.
Indeed. Sounds very amazing. And yeah, we're waiting here to set up the Ori run with hopefully the Rainbow Dash if someone snipes it. Rainbow emoji. There's a rainbow emoji, right?
Before we run out of emoji, not like this.
There's a rainbow emoji.
Oh, there is.
Twitch chat. Pray emoji.
I'm so hyped for the second half of this tournament. Hyper Crown.
Oh yes, indeed. We've got an amazing schedule coming up. And if you want to see more of our schedule, then type in !schedule in chat. Calendar emoji.
I'm so hyped. I can't wait for this to start. I think it's time. Bingo 4, go.
Let's go. Bingo 4, go. Anyways, we will be right back with Ori and the Blind Forest randomizer. And wait, it's not a randomizer. It's actually, I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. I don't think it says randomizer on the schedule. Anyways, we'll be right back with Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. So, see you soon. Peace emoji.
And this right in, we just got an amazing donation from Seed System. Thank you very much. Some money for a good cause, indeed. And with that $55, we completed 2 goals. We met the Ori and the Blind Forest Rainbow Power donation. And we also unlocked Boss Shuffle for the Illusion of Gaia randomizer later that day. Thank you very much, Seed System. Every dollar you spend today will go to Doctors Without Borders, which directly funds emergency relief operations worldwide. This includes operations in the Ukraine, but also any other countries with ongoing crisis, with diseases, or with refugee situations. So every dollar you are willing to part with is very much appreciated and well spent. And in a couple of minutes, we will have that Ori, the Blind Forest up, so stay tuned for that.